Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam, and welcome back to the AFI project, and this is the first AFI project video of 2021. And today I'm going to be talking about MASH. This was directed by Robert Altman and starred Donald Sutherland, Elliot Gould, Tom Skerritt, and Robert Duvall, among others. And this is the movie that would inspire the series of the same name that would run for approximately 100 years, though I may be wrong on that. It tells the story of a group of soldiers who are serving in the Korean War, who work at a field hospital, which is called MASH. They consistently play pranks and joke around with each other because really that's all they have to distract themselves from the horrors of the war. And, the more things change, including years, the more they stay the same, in that there were some backstage shenanigans with this movie. Specifically, Sutherland and Elliot Gould hated the initial draft of the screenplay and tried to get Robert Altman fired. They would ultimately fail, and Gould would eventually apologize. The two would eventually make up, and Gould would star in other Altman films like The Long Goodbye and Nashville. Spoiler alert, that's an upcoming episode of the AFI project. And in future interviews, Altman felt that the story overall was just a little too loose, so he tried to connect it all together using the loudspeaker announcements. And, weirdly, that's my problem with this movie. Before I get into that, though, my overall thoughts, the movie was just kind of there. I will say, though, my favorite part of the movie was the acting, specifically from Sutherland and Robert Duvall. Duvall plays this really Catholic soldier, and he consistently prays for the souls of his fellow soldiers. That seems nice and all, right? Well, they consistently prank him, and so he just keeps the prayer going by saying, "I gotta pray for your souls now for doing that to me." Growing up Catholic, I have met many people like that, and the Duvall stuff consistently made me laugh throughout this movie. And the always great Donald Sutherland is, great. It's nice to see him in a kind of lighthearted role. I've always known him for movies like The Dirty Dozen and the Hunger Games movies, but here he's actually pretty funny. But my biggest problem with this movie on the whole is that it felt like a series of SNL sketches with almost no, continuity to them. I guess Altman, by including the loudspeaker announcements, tried to bring context to everything and saying, hey, this is all taking place in a year or however long the movie lasts. I do understand what Altman was trying to go for, but I don't think he executed it too well. And I get that the movie is all about these soldiers who are trying to distract themselves from the war by telling jokes. I get that. I really do. But on the whole, the jokes feel very insular and they don't really connect, despite Altman's best attempts. And some of the jokes in the movie, I just really didn't find all that funny. Without going too deep into spoilers, Elliot Gould's character basically says at one point that he is contemplating suicide. And so guess what happens? His fellow soldiers throw him a mock funeral, and then at the end of the day, he doesn't do it. And it is never mentioned again. I hate to be one of those people who says that stuff is problematic because I think that whole thing has just become tired now. But I'm sorry, that whole thing is just it just feels gross. Instead of helping the guy, they just make fun of it with this whole mock funeral, and then he just decides, I'm happy now. It's like, what was that for? And then there was another gag where, and again, I'm not trying to come across as a prude or anything, but I'll explain my reasoning why I disliked this in a little bit. But essentially, a bunch of the soldiers rig up some hooks to the bottom feet of the walls that hang up in this infield shower. And some of the female soldiers go in and they start to take their shower. And then at a certain point, they rip away the walls, and the women are standing there and they're showering and they're naked, and there's a bunch of the male soldiers like, yeah, woo! Again, I'm not trying to be a prude or anything. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to be Mr. No Fun and all, but it doesn't matter what gender you are. Like, I wouldn't want someone to rip off the walls of my shower and see me naked. Like, that's not a gender thing. That's just a privacy thing. None of those jokes made me laugh. They just made me sit there and go, yup, that definitely would not be filmed today. And at the end of the day, this movie just made me feel kind of empty. Like, I get what they were trying to go for, but I don't think they were able to hit the nail on the head. I've heard good things about the series, and I think I may dive into that one day. But for now, the movie just kind of exists for me. But that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. And next time on the AFI Project, we're going from a movie that's just kind of there for me to one of my absolute all-time favorite movies. It's one of the best from Alfred Hitchcock, and I think it is his very best. It is North by Northwest. But if you like this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you will be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.